If you've ever wondered how Social Security actually decides disability cases, everything comes back to one framework, the five-step sequential evaluation process. Understanding these five steps helps you explain decisions to clients, spot errors early, and focus your evidence where it actually matters instead of chasing issues that won't move the case forward. Here's a high-level overview. Step 1 asks whether the claimant is working at the SGA or substantial gainful activity level. If they are, hard stop, they are not going to even look at the medical impairments. Step 2 looks at whether there is at least one medically determinable severe impairment. Step 3 asks whether the impairment meets or equals a listing. Step 4 considers whether the claimant can return to any of their past relevant work. That is work that they have performed within the last 5 years, that they performed long enough to learn how to do it, and it was performed at the SGA level. Step 5 looks at whether there is any other work that could be performed considering the claimant's age, education, and the type of past relevant work that they have. Each step is decided in order. If the claim is denied at step 1, Social Security never reaches the later steps. Step 3 may result in an allowance, and if so, steps 4 and 5 are not reached. When developing a claim, you always want to ask yourself, what step are we really fighting at? Most cases are won or lost at steps 4 and 5, which means functional limitations and vocational evidence are critical. This framework is foundational to disability practice. NADR focuses on helping representatives understand not just the rules, but how they're applied in real cases. Understanding Social Security's sequential evaluation process is imperative to be successful in this field. In fact, I'm always thinking about sequential evaluation from the time that I get a phone call from a prospective client or I get a referral. Why does it matter? Because sequential evaluation is going to tell me how can I win this case. Even starting at step 1, sometimes I will get a referral and it says that the person is still working full-time and earning over SGA. Well, step 1 says, is the person working and earning SGA? If so, they're not even going to evaluate the medical conditions. So it is extremely important to understand this process. Assuming we get past step 1, then we have to make sure that the person has a severe impairment that is medically determinable. Sometimes someone will call and say, I'm really limited in what I can do, and the doctors are trying to figure it out, but they don't even have a diagnosis yet. So that is not going to be a viable claim because they do not have a medically determinable impairment at the time of the call. So then we have to look to see, does this person meet or equal a listing? Most people don't. Those are for people with really serious kind of black and white conditions, like recurrent metastatic cancer. So it gets important at steps 4 and 5 to understand how Social Security looks at those steps. We have to see at step 4, do we think that the claimant is incapable of performing any of the work that they have done in the last 5 years? And it's not only as they actually performed it, it's also as it's generally performed in the national economy. And if we can get past step 4, at step 5, we have to determine whether there's any other work that they would be capable of performing in the national economy. At step 5, people's education, their age, and the type of past work that they have done come into play. So although it's 5 steps, it's actually a little bit complicated. And the great thing about NADR is that we offer educational content that will explain this and many other critical and crucial areas clearly that will help you succeed as a disability practitioner.